Fuck this. We're doing it live.
We're doing it live. We're gonna be live.
This is fucking stupid.
This thing sucks.
Why do I hear an echo?
It's over there.
Oh, okay.
There are things for an echo to bounce off of.
Oh. Come on.
Ow! Fire.
I'm Christian.
Alright. Hello, everyone. We're finally
Hold
going.
on, do it again. I'm
Start
putting
over.
my leg into place.
I wasn't ready.
Neither was I.
Okay, we're ready now. Okay, good. Hello, everyone. We're finally going to do the spoiler review.
Yes, this is the Taste the Frak random movie review, spoilerific Star Wars The Force Awakens review. If you haven't seen the movie, just click down in the box for our spoiler-free review. That's been up for a while.
And also our little talk, well, pretty much your bad experience of D-Box.
Oh, yeah.
D-Box.
Check that flick out.
Yeah.
It's completely unrelated to the film itself, but it's still a fun video to watch. So
Goddamn Cubans, man! Cubans!
You fucking Cubans. You're all worthless. You realize that, right?
I'm half Cuban, so I don't really count.
So you're half worthless.
You know what? Fuck you, you Nazi bastard. Ah! Call back. Call back.
Anyway.
So what we think of The Force Awakens, this time completely spoilerific, that we can spoil all the things.
Kylo Ren is no! I'm not saying it.
You can say all the things, Mike.
It's Han Solo's son, goddammit. It's Han Solo's son, and he's a total bitch. He's such a little bitch.
Such a whiny, bloody bitch.
There are some disappointments in this film. That is the utmost. Not only that, but
some.
I don't know.
This is the bottom of the barrel. Kylo Ren, the new bad guy, the villain we're supposed to be lamenting throughout the whole film and worrying that he's going to catch up with the main characters. He is an absolute little fucking bitch. He is worthless, and on top of that, the whole thing where he's Han Solo's son. Yeah, don't worry. They spoil it for you like, what, 15 minutes into the film?
No, not
By this
15
point,
minutes.
the
Not
internet-
15 minutes, no.
It's more like an hour in, I want to say. Like,
Yeah, but by this point, the
Not
internet
even.
has already ruined it
No,
for you.
it's like,
no, it wasn't like I want to say it was either like...
it was 35 minutes. Go to exactly 35 minutes. That's when they said. There. Done?
Because you might be wrong on that one.
We're all going to be wrong. Like, it's 35 minutes. That's it.
I would say at best an hour. I would definitely say I could
really matter.
The timing does not matter. They spoiled it in the beginning of the film.
No.
Yeah, way before it becomes pertinent or relevant. That's the point.
No, I wouldn't say completely like in the beginning of the film because I feel it was a little more than just completely. Anyhow.
Yeah, Kylo Ren was just an absolute disappointment. He's nowhere near mature enough to be considered an actual danger.
Yeah, it
so
reminds
much
me
as
of
just
Nick.
an obstacle. Like a whiny, temper tantrumy obstacle. What are you looking at?
I'll say this. He had good hair. He had good hair in the film.
His hair was a freaking mess. It's a greasy, oily mess, and he had a giant fucking Jewish nose.
It was shiny. I give it that.
You know, it's kind of funny. I was listening to like not an actual podcast, but more like a YouTube channel, and like one of the people said was that like he's basically Anakin Skywalker except well-written. I'm like, well,
What?
Come again?
No, he had the worst traits of Anakin Skywalker, and
No.
none of his good traits.
like
Yeah, he's all the worst parts of Anakin Skywalker from both Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith without anything redeeming. Like, he's an absolutely hateable character. There's nothing that you can enjoy about him. He throws temper tantrums. He's unrelatable.
well, I mean to be fair, ain't that a villain supposed to kind of be like
No, you're
hateable?
supposed to relate to a villain.
No.
Good villains are relatable, goddammit.
Yeah.
No,
So what
good-
you're saying is
actually
I can
really
relate
good.
to the Joker. Is what you're saying.
Yes, you can, you sick, twisted fuck. The Joker is amazing.
I'm sorry, Alex. I didn't even cut you off. What were you going to say?
I don't remember.
He blows shit up and then he looks back and sees if it exploded or not.
Okay, I was gonna say that okay, I'll start. a good villain is someone you might be able to relate to some of them, as, you know, we've decided to humanize them for some reason, but the classic villain, on the other hand, they're just set up for you to hate them. Like, this guy's a bad guy. He needs to.
Are you talking about mustache twirling? You know, tying women to the railroad tracks villains, classic villains.
There's more classic than that. That's just corny.
So Satan. Talking Satan.
Yeah, why not? I'll go with that. It's not just the villain that was the problem. You know, you also had the redeemed stormtrooper guy. You know, Finn.
Yeah.
You know, after he's done being a stormtrooper, which he was a stormtrooper his entire life, since birth, he doesn't act like someone who used to be a stormtrooper. He acts
you're overthinking this, man.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
You're caring about shit that nobody else in the film cares about.
It was terrible.
No, I'm with Alex on this one. He makes a good point. Like, there's such a radical character difference that there's nothing that really would lead you to believe he was a stormtrooper. He's not disciplined. He's not that smart.
Well,
he's not a good fighter. He's kind of a coward.
Well, it's not even that. It's more so the fact that he acts like a comedian.
Well, if I could say some things again.
Oh, Chris Tucker is a stormtrooper.
Okay.
Huh?
He's Chris Tucker as a stormtrooper.
No.
Yeah.
No. No.
I forgot who my father said that he reminds him of, but yeah, might as well have gotten that. My dad was like, might as well have gotten that black comedian to play the part. Would have been no difference.
Is it Dave Chappelle?
I don't know that. I don't remember the name.
But
it's not someone I really
Chris Rock?
know. Not Chris. I know Chris Rock.
Someone you don't know?
Yeah.
Well, okay. Let me, if I could. Again, just been here in again YouTube channel Brain Scratch Comms. Pretty much, apparently one of the people actually read a couple of things on Finn, and apparently from what I heard, I guess in this new EU canon of Star Wars that Disney have made, apparently Finn is smart, but for some reason they put him as a janitor, and I want to say at least to be fair on the character itself, that was like his first day on the job. And again, like I said, that's what I heard, and also you kind of, and it could be some more kind of speculative kind of thing of where maybe it was some kind of force of where maybe it was telling him hey, you know what, all this is not all good. Again, that's more thing where I heard from, and it's maybe in a couple of days how I might be forgetting something kind of here and there, but that I do absolutely remember by.
Honestly, I kind of like the character at first, but the more I think about it, there was nothing really particularly likable about him. I mean, there's clearly going to be some sort of forced shipping between him and what's the girl's name?
Ray.
Oh yeah. Let's stop talking about Finn and how worthless and stupid and lazy and cowardice and.
He gets cut up, so he might come back all robotic.
No, he wasn't cut up.
No,
he was just singed and knocked unconscious, but not to the. He wasn't cut up to the point he lost limbs.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say he was worthless. I mean, cowardice, yeah, but you know what? I don't know. I do like the character. It's okay, you know what? I know for a fact they're gonna play more.
He serves as a great meat shield.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, let's put it. He kind of held his own against Kylo Ren. I mean,
not much.
Which, yes, kind of he managed to not instantly die. Which, proper Sith Lord Darth Vader, unless he was just amused by the novelty, would have died. He would have died instantly.
No. Against Kylo Ren, yeah, he held his own against Kylo Ren, but. You have to understand, Finn was an amateur, which just goes to show how pathetic Kylo Ren is. And then Kylo Ren actually lost to Rey, who was still new to
killing his dad. So come on,
and you know
that might have taken some points off Kylo Ren.
He said thank you when he killed his dad.
Hey, The only way it could suck that much is if you had emotional issues.
And you know
That's
what?
all I'm saying.
It's like a meme pick I did kind of read, like a word like, where it kind of say, well, he's not. I mean, as much people say he's a bitch, there actually some more worth to him. I mean, he did stuff like a gun, like a blaster, like in pretty much like in mid air, like.
I didn't like that. It was cool effect, but I just didn't like it.
Which, you know, at the same time, it's like, you know what? I never seen Darth Vader do that. That's something I haven't seen. You know, that's actually kind of cool. And
no
like,
one's done that. That's the thing. He's the first.
So there you go.
But what do you mean?
Okay, well, you missed it. Okay, like there's a part in the beginning where, like, I forgot who was shooting, but someone was shooting towards like Kylo Ren, and he stopped like the blaster mid air, like before like even getting to him.
It was the new Han Solo guy, the pilot.
No, like.
Yes, that was who shot him.
You mean Finn?
No, not Finn.
No, the guy that owns the BB-8 droid.
Oh, well, I mean, I really call him like a Hans. I mean,
he's supposed to be a replacement for Han Solo.
No,
I basically it was being set up.
No, if anyone was, obviously he's more the Wedge kind of character. I mean, if it was, I mean,
he is going to be a main character. He's basically the Han Solo of the new group.
I mean,
I don't know. I think Finn's going to be more the Han Solo.
Yeah,
he's not.
I would put
Finn's not much of a Han Solo. Though.
I think this other guy's going to be more a Lando.
No.
Could be Chewie, man.
Chewie's going to be Chewie, but the thing, Rey already fills the role of both Luke Skywalker and Han Solo. She knows the ship too well, and she's now paired up with Chewbacca as proof of that.
Yeah, here's a funny thing, which, again, listening to, whichever thing, which it kind of make a point, I'm like, you know what, that's actually put a nice take on it, where, like, you would think, pretty much, I mean, me and Nick seem more agreement of the fact, Finn is this Han Solo-esque kind of character, and Rey is, well, pretty more of the Luke Skywalker-esque kind of character.
Yeah, but they blend the character lines a little bit. That's about the best I can give them.
Like I said, Rey is essentially both Luke Skywalker and Han Solo rolled up into one.
But
I give her some Leia.
I was gonna
not so
not
much
a
Leia
lot.
there.
Well, not a lot.
I would say Kylo Ren was more Leia.
They're both Disney princesses now.
Yes.
Okay. At least you got a good Disney princess.
Where?
Leia.
There's another failure of this movie.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone else is on the same line as me. Like, I kind of like Carrie Fisher. Like, I try to avoid giving her shit the way everyone else in the fucking universe does. But, wow. Like, you can't even say she phoned in this performance. Like, they say originally through the original films, she was always on coke. Give this woman some fucking coke. Because she, like, every moment I saw her, it was like nails on a chalkboard for me. I didn't feel any real compelling movement from her as far as a character, and her chemistry with Han Solo was gone. I got nothing out of there. Like, that's a dry well, man. Like, when Han Solo gets friend zoned by Leia, something is wrong.
If I could put my kind of 2 cents on it, like, I mean, I don't know. I didn't find Carrie Fisher to be that bad. I don't know. Again, maybe I have to just rewatch it again.
Her issue was that she acted like Carrie Fisher and not like Leia.
Yes.
And this is what I kind of got off of it, if I may. Like, I just feel like this particularly with Leia, like back in the original trilogy, like she was more young, she was more like kind of spiritual, like she was kind of on coke. Let's say that. But at the same time, it's like this particular Leia, like she's a lot more older, and she's been in this entire game of like fighting off like.
No, I get what you're saying here, but that's not the problem with it.
Yeah, she didn't act like Leia at all, even
it's
in
not
older
even
Leia.
It's not even that. It's like something about her performance, like just grained on me.
She didn't try. That's the thing. She acted like herself, not like Leia.
Yeah, she read the lines, but she wasn't acting. There's a difference.
again, maybe like I have to rewatch the movie again because I'm never saying you guys are wrong. Just more a thing like is if I want to like if I get to rewatch it again, that's something I put like in mind too. But at least I found that's what I find the character to be. But at the same time, I do understand from both of you guys' perspectives. So like, okay, you know what?
We gave you the same perspective. You're the one with the different perspective here.
Yeah, no, like I wanted this. I expected her to do a lot better in this, and I just didn't get what I was looking for. And
I expected nothing, and I got nothing.
Mike, you've been kind of quiet there.
Why?
Any thoughts on Carrie Fisher?
I'm not that excited by Star Wars. It's Star Wars. It's a thing that happened in the 80s that really thrilled everyone, and now it's back, and it's Disney-fied. It's just like nostalgia mixed with action and comedy. And yeah, Carrie Fisher sucked, but they put Carrie Fisher in there because Carrie Fisher is Carrie Fisher, and she was in the original. And we might as well bring back the old stuff to remind people of the good stuff. So yeah, like, she's in it, she didn't do coke, she's aged. Yeah, she kind of sucked, but did it bring down the film? Do you care? No, she's a part of, like, a machine that just reminds you of the old stuff. So, in that aspect, being Carrie Fisher, she did succeed at her job of being Carrie Fisher.
No, I'll debate that because we had Han Solo in this, and like every element of Harrison Ford
every element of him was Han Solo.
That is the greatest thing. It's like
he wasn't Harrison Ford going, "Where's my family? Where's my family? Where is my family? Where's my wife and kids? Where's my family?" No.
I drugged them. Damn it!
Killed your wife and kids.
No, he was in this movie Han Solo,
and brilliantly. Like,
yeah.
No matter what, like, we're two extremely voracious Star Wars fans here. Very big EU. Like, you look at Han Solo here, and that's what you get. That is probably the most redeeming part of this film.
Yeah,
is you get all the Han Solo you were craving for.
Then he dies.
That's not how the Force works.
Absolutely, he delivers the single greatest line of this film.
Yeah.
Finn's just expecting to walk in there like the Force will make us.
You know,
get
he's
us
like,
through. Like,
he's like, no, he was more like, well, we can get in there and use the Force. That's not how the Force works.
Fuck. We were in different seats, so I don't know how you guys responded, but me and Christian, we fucking broke up. Like, we were falling over. We laughed so hard at that.
How do you fall over when you're sitting?
With a little bit of effort, I gotta say.
I suppose.
I blame the Cubans next to us.
I know, they were really pissing you off, stealing our seats and all.
Check the other video.
Yes. I do want to say, did anybody catch any of the fuck you to George Lucas and his prequels? Because I think I found, it was one of where, like, I didn't, like, I sort of catch it, and then I listen to the spoiler, I'm like, okay, that, a podcast show where, like, okay, that's exactly where I think that's more of a fuck you to George Lucas. And it's where pretty much the Death Destroyer thing, or Star Killer, I think that was called Star Killer.
Star Killer Base.
There we go. That was a thing called Star Killer Base, where it was charging out and destroying all the planets, and one of them may or may not be, I forgot the fucking name. Coruscant.
But Coruscant didn't originate from the prequels.
No, it didn't. It was Empire. No, not Empire. Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, well, it wasn't in there either, but
oh yeah, I'm thinking of like the revised version. It was in there, just not in the original version.
Right.
I'm
not talking about the original version. Hold on, let me finish. It wasn't like it wasn't in the original version, but it was mentioned quite often in the EU of the original trilogy.
That's true.
Like, I remember finding out about Coruscant when through Shadows of the Empire, which came out before the prequels.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I remember during the video game is the first time you actually get to see Coruscant. The very first time.
I remember that game being as hard as balls.
It wasn't hard.
Or maybe I suck at it.
Maybe you suck at it.
Yeah.
That's probably the truth.
Okay,
Anyway.
which brings me to my point. The one thing that was missing from this movie, a Gungan mass murder.
No.
Yes.
That's not Star Wars like or something.
I know, but it would have been interesting.
There was no Gungan mass murder or something like that.
Okay, some deviant art person, like, just get him off our fucking ass. Make a mural of a bunch of Gungans being slaughtered so he will shut up.
He seems to want a Gungan serial killer.
No, I just want someone to kill a bunch of Gungans.
Okay, kill a bunch. Do something
Gungan
where you kill a bunch of.
yeah.
Yeah, do a Gungan genocide.
That will make Mike happy.
That will make him shut up.
So yeah, Ray. Let's talk about Ray for a little bit. I guess I don't know.
Oh baby, ooh baby, ooh baby. I have never been sexually attracted to a Star Wars character before, but like I just let that slave Leia thing go. Wasn't never really into Carrie Fisher like that. But I tell you what, girlfriend's gonna do some dressing up on this one.
I have to say that of the new cast, Daisy Ridley was pretty much the only good casting. In my honest opinion.
I like Ray. I thought, you know, she was pretty good, and yeah.
Yeah, she is part of the dichotomy of the little twist they have in it, where you follow with Finn for the first part of the film. And
for most of the film, really, and you think that he's the one that they're talking about, the Force awakens in him.
Yeah.
Which is why he got out of the Stormtrooper, but nope!
It's Rey, and the problem with that is it focuses too much on Finn through the film, and it doesn't, like, the parts with Rey in them, you really can enjoy them, but they're usually kind of just, she's the lesser light in the room.
But at the end of the movie, she shines very brightly.
She's the shit at the end, finally.
Yeah.
She's the one that goes to Luke Skywalker for training, and very dramatic beach scene and this and that, and Galapagos Islands and lightsaber.
And Luke had no lines.
And Mark Hamill looks good with the beard.
Yeah. Which I gotta say, I do like.
I think we can all agree on that one.
Now, we can't actually discuss how Mark Hamill acted in the movie.
Because he...
Yeah, no lines.
Man, I laugh so hard because I'm like, they're going to do that whole kind of stinger thing where, like, you know, you're going to see, you know, two of them. You're going to be looking at, like, shark going, like, do you see what going, then, and that's it. That's all you got.
No.
I was laughing about that. I'm like...
Well, you had him also with the robot hand touching
that was
R2-D2.
That was probably not him.
It was him.
Yeah.
Well, you don't see his face.
You don't see his face, but odds are it's him. It's supposed to be him.
I suppose.
Mind you, they used the wrong robot hand. That was the robot hand of Anakin Skywalker, not Luke's. So they fucked up there.
Well, I mean, to be fair, being like...
No,
what?
they fucked up there.
It's been
No, that's right.
30 years. I mean, sooner or later, I mean, you gotta change robot parts, and I guess...
He downgraded then. He downgraded. When 30 years of something like that, you upgrade, not downgrade.
Yeah, the one he got in Return or Empire is a premium quality, nerve enhanced, synth flesh hand. It is the shit.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder why they would waste it on a Rebel, but whatever.
Hey, Princess Leia.
I'd like to know how the fucking Rebel Alliance got a hold of one.
Princess
Whatever.
Leia.
Like,
Princess Leia. Yo, she goes... she spending that money, yo.
She has the money.
apparently, Luke's good at macking.
All that incest.
Your nightmares for the next week, ladies and gentlemen.
Remember that kiss. Remember long and hard.
Or, how about this? deleted scenes for Empire Strikes Back.
Look it
I
up.
showed Nick that a few days ago, and he cringed at that one scene.
Needed some mental soap for that one.
I recommend it.
I don't.
So yeah.
Bad touch. Yeah, I find it kind of funny they would take Luke Skywalker and, okay, you go silent, but then you basically put Mark Hamill in there for pantomime when the truth is a large majority of his career, he has been a voice actor. But it's just funny that they would take a voice actor like that and basically just put him there as face candy.
Yes.
Like
But
I
he
said,
does look good with the beard.
He's there because he was in the original. And that's it.
And he's going to be the Yoda character in the second one.
I'm sure he's going to die in the next one.
Why would he die?
Because they're not going to keep him on.
They might have him die of old age in the third one.
I don't know. I know that we're going to lose.
And fade out like Yoda did. He's basically the Yoda character.
Yeah. I'm saying they're going to find a way to kill off both Leia and Luke.
No, I doubt it. They will probably just give Leia not a lot of screen time.
I agree with Nick. I think they're going to kill off all the originals.
Mm-hmm. Just so they don't have to contend with them anymore.
And all that will be left will be Chewie.
And everybody loves Chewie.
Even then, I think they will kill. Like, I want to say...
They didn't bring Chewie back to life just so they could kill him.
I want to say maybe...
Sure they did. He dies in the expanded universe.
I know. They didn't bring him back just to kill him. Like, they're going to keep Chewie.
I want to say maybe up to a point, they will, like, kill, like, maybe, like, let's say... Pretty much, they probably kill CP3O, blah.
C-3PO.
C-3PO.
Yay!
And then maybe Princess Leia. Or actually, let's go with it. Most likely, Princess Leia.
They're not going to kill off C-3PO again. Well, they might kill him off again, only for Chewie to rebuild him.
And then, I would say, like, in 50-50 is both, like, Luke and Chewie. Then, in the last of the trilogy, Chewie and Luke, they're both dead. I'm going as far as that, and I guess R2 is in there somewhere.
Okay, where are... Okay, that's Christian's bet. I'm going to say Luke in the next one, Leia in the third, and it's going to be some sort of redemption thing with Ken Rilo or Dickhead McGee.
Dickhead McGee.
That's his name.
Or Ben. Don't get me started on that one.
Oh, dear. Yes, we'll just work around that one.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair,
no sense to name him Ben. No sense.
No, but while we're getting into that topic of little nods to the EU, there actually are quite a few. Like, this is not just a completely unoriginal story from the concept of it's a remake of A New Hope. There are lots of little nods to the EU that you can tell at least a couple of people were aware of it when they made this.
I would say the Starkiller base counts as a sort of nod to, like, Starkiller from the game.
No, it isn't. No, it isn't. That Starkiller was supposed to be the original name for Skywalker.
Mm-hmm.
His name, Luke Skywalker, in the original trilogy, in the tentative, was supposed to be named Anakin Starkiller. That's where it owes to.
Well, yeah. Well, okay. I mean, yeah, I feel like, yeah, I guess you're right about that. I feel more is like, yeah, like either way, but I think that's more of the line, like, yeah, you're probably right on that one. Because I totally forgot about that.
No, but there are a lot
Starkiller
of
from The Force Unleashed is also based on Anakin Starkiller.
Yep.
As also is the bounty hunter Mandalorian Starkiller in KOTOR.
I haven't seen it.
You've never played KOTOR?
Yes, but it's not jumping to mind.
He was on Terrace, the whole dueling thing.
Oh, that fool.
He was the bounty. He was the final guy where you had an actual death match against him.
Yeah, I remember him now.
Okay.
Mike,
Okay, that's to be edited out.
any opinions?
What? I stopped caring hours ago.
Well, you never really cared about Star Wars to begin with.
Yeah, but you guys just reminisce about the EU the whole time.
No,
Are we? We're
Yeah,
critiquing this current movie.
We're just making a note that there are some notes or some references to the EU.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're very obscure. One thing that I find very curious is, while almost everything seems to have some sort of parallel or equal, or if not, it's just a total plagiarism. The
Really?
one thing is the aliens. The movies, series, all the supposedly established, honest, hardcore canon has a set of legitimate aliens that are prevalent throughout the films and the 2 animated series.
You only had 3 of them in this one.
Yeah, and those are pretty much lifted straight out of the other movies
Mm-hmm.
from the original trilogy. The rest of them seem to be weird, amorphous blobs
Well, I mean,
with really lacking any sharp distinction of traits.
well, I mean, yeah, like I do remember these.
Let's put it this way: none of them were even remotely recognizable at all, and
Yeah.
were not really all that creative in my opinion. It's
Yeah, it's... No, new aliens I'm good with. I see new aliens all the time, but, like, none of them were very interesting, creative, or compelling. Like, the designs, there's even this one little woman, and all she is sort of just a big head and tiny body parts.
Oh yeah, I guess you can say that probably more the sort of, but not really, like Yoda X kind of character.
Yeah,
this
it's
movie,
a
yeah.
little bit of a Yoda analog. But that's like I go again in the spoiler free. Like, this character is completely done in CGI, and like,
Yeah,
this is where you should, like, the background characters. They have all these very elaborate, like, I got to give them credit. They did a really good job on what they made. It's just what they made isn't anything particularly interesting. Now we have this one important character. It's all CGI. Where's the fucking puppet?
exactly.
I would, yeah, like
Puppet works. Puppet works.
Mm-hmm.
and I would say, as someone who's not really in the EU, like I'm trying to remember like some of the things that I can, and for some reason, I always, going back to like something like Star Wars: New Hope, I can remember like. I may not know what the fuck these aliens are, but at least they are very distinctive. But like, I remember there's only one, well, technically 2, that was kind of distinctive in like The Force Awakens. Other than that, I can't remember anything else beyond that. Besides, maybe some like, like Admiral Akbar,
And he was in this film, yeah.
and
And
Chewie.
And that one rebel guy with the big ears. I forgot the name.
Soliston.
Soliston, yeah, you're right.
The one that kind of looked like aging going.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, but other than that, that's like the only ones, and maybe only one, I guess, the big blobby alien kind of like looking dude with like the fingernails and what have you. That's about it. Other than that, like everything else just seemed kind of, and when you think like New Hope.
1/4 portions.
Like I say with New Hope, there's like a lot of them I do remember, but that either could be just because I've seen like New Hope like a bunch of times, or just the fact like they're all that memorable.
Mm-hmm. They were.
Again, someone who's not EU, someone who's not EU, Mike.
What? No, see, I have a problem with going over the EU because you're basically stripping.
It's not
We're
EU,
not
though.
talking about the EU
It's
here.
canon.
We're talking about the films.
Yeah, it's full canon.
See, you talk about the EU.
We're not
We're
talking
talking
about the
about it.
EU. We haven't been.
No, it was canon. We're saying it's not EU, it's canon.
Which means the films.
Which means the TV shows too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not even just the Clone Wars. Rebels too.
Well, Rebels is actually the first of Disney's canon.
Yeah, and that's full Disney, but they didn't even take their own work.
Correct.
Overall, there are some shining points. Like, the truth is, it is pure hardcore fan service down to a finite point. It is almost pornography at this point.
But it gets old fast.
No.
Yes,
Yeah,
it does. Yes, it does.
Yeah, like, as I predicted, like, Alex rewatched the film, and I said, like, it is such beautiful fluff, though. Once you see it, it has little repeat value because there's no surprise. You're just seeing the same thing. Mm-hmm. So there's only no real story to speak of.
Yeah, it's basically the first time you see it and you're a Star Wars fan, you get all this nostalgia just hits you. But the second time you see it, you've seen it. You've seen the nostalgia hit you already, and that's not going to affect you this time around.
Yeah, it's like I said.
And you see the film for what and you basically can see the film for what it really is.
Mm-hmm. It's icing. It's a big cake made out of icing, and it's fantastic icing. But
right, it's fantastic icing. But the second time you see it, you want more than the icing. You've already eaten the icing. You've already licked it all up. You've licked it clean. So you want the cake now, but
you don't get it.
The cake is a lie.
That's beautiful, man. Beautiful.
Thank you.
It's one of the things I do want to go back and just kind of rewatch it. And maybe I will find. Maybe I'll feel like the same thing. But for what I got, like, I still think it was pretty good. Like, not saying all wrong. Like, that one a little more like kind of story. You know, besides kind of a bit
rehash of A New Hope.
Yeah, but I'll kind of go far as say it's not a complete rehash because there are like things that are like, you know, different from overall. Like, you know, the part where like, you know, where you do have like, you know, Obi-Wan.
It's more like an arranged A New Hope, but it's virtually A New Hope.
Yeah, it takes a lot of things out of Return and Empire.
A few things. I wouldn't say a lot.
It's really mismatched.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It puts everything in a different order, but it's all the same plot points in a different order. And it's a very long film, too.
Oh, actually, it's...
objectively.
It is 2 hours and 34 minutes. And from the original, it's like 2 hours. Like New Hope.
Well, that's...
longer than the original.
Yeah, it's 1/4% more time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I put it like that, yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And again, kind of funny. Some dude who's like really hardcore hating on the prequels hating the Force Awakens to a point that you kind of get it wrong. He goes like, "Oh, J.J. Abrams is such a perfectionist that he made the movie exactly just like the originals, 2 hours." It's like, and I think some dude go like, no, bro, it's 2 hours and 14 minutes." It's like, damn, you kind of off. You were so off.
Yep.
No, but there's one thing to take here. Like, you can't really bust J.J. Abrams' ass on this. Like, he delivered with what he was given. He didn't have a lot of creative control in this. But as far as the story goes, but he really made everything that works in this is almost completely accountable to him. The visuals are really nice, at least the first time, and the effects are fantastic. What they're supposed to represent, like I said, a bunch of aliens you've never seen and aren't particularly interesting in concept, but the art direction in this. I liked a lot of the practical effects wherever showed up.
Mm-hmm. That was definitely something done right about the film, was the effects.
Oh, yeah.
I want to say this right now. Apparently, J.J. Abrams was on the writing team for The Force Awakens.
There you go.
but
from we see of his Star Trek films, he's notorious for rehashes. So, and he's probably going to work on the sequels to...
No, he's not. Like, this is his last premiere film that he's going to be working on for Star Wars. Maybe other Disney projects, let's say, but
Isn't, Ava DuVernay supposed to take over?
The dude who directed Looper.
No, Ava DuVernay, the one that did Selma.
They've been. I want to say that maybe they've been kind of talking in that. I'm not too sure, but I know.
I don't know if she's doing it because they tried to do Black Panther or whatever, but it really they wouldn't agree to her changes that she was going to do to the character, so it never worked out. So I don't know if it'll work on Star Wars, but she's in talks with them.
Okay.
But the dude who directed Looper is going to direct. I want to say episode 8 and maybe 9. More like 50-50. He might work on 9. And also, I did kind of found out way before this that like they did have at least one or two of the original writers for, I want to say, the trilogy, or at least 2 of the original trilogy of Star Wars.
Did anyone hear that, George Lucas already had scripts for 7, 8, and 9, but Disney completely flat out rejected them?
Well, yeah.
He had story notes. Like, no, he was a fool if he thought that they would actually take him.
Well, he did try to get him. He tried to convince him.
But apparently they're white slavers, even though he
Yeah,
sold
white
it.
slavers.
Even though he did sold the rights to them, which I did like try to roll. Charlie Rose said
No,
like,
what was that he said about the Star Wars characters? Question?
totally forgot.
No. What did he say about him? I think you know. What did George Lucas say about the Star Wars characters? What they meant to him?
Oh, they're children. They're all children to him. But apparently, you'd sell your children to white slavers. Apparently.
Yeah, and like this comparison is it works only on the scale like a brothel's madam calling her concubines children. I guess you can care for them in a way like that and look out for their well-being, but you're still exploiting them for your own profit.
Yeah.
Yo.
Otherwise, I would say like it is a rehash, but I don't feel like it was a complete rehash because besides rearranging like things where like you could put things, but at the same time though like would it really work? And also really at the end where pretty much probably this a big celebration. We destroyed the Death Star. You didn't really get that. You kind of get like more of this better, sweet ending where like we destroyed Death Star Mark Dos, but really
Trace.
Mark Trace, the upgrade, but really Han Solo died and and then you got the ending.
Yeah, but the reason Obi-Wan. But here's the thing. Han Solo in this film was the Obi-Wan Kenobi character, and Obi-Wan Kenobi died in the original.
Yeah. Like I said,
Obi-Wan Kenobi died in the Death Star. This Han Solo dies on Starkiller Base while confronting his dark side apprentice.
But did they fight? That's the real question.
Doesn't matter if they fought or not. That's still where they were going with that
premise line. Yep.
Which I would say, to be kind of fair, and maybe I was a bit kind of naive on this, and I'm kind of foolish to say I didn't really see they were going to kill Han. To my defense on this particular thing, because like, okay, I see you know, on IMDb, you know, maybe they probably changed or whatever. I said, okay, I see, you know, they have, you know, Harrison Ford playing Han Solo, like, you know, a couple other movies. And people, you know, people say, like, oh, they're going to kill Han, they're going to kill Han. Like, yeah, bullshit. Because, you know, as much
you really have to have it spelled out to you. Like, I didn't see any of that shit. I just knew that they were putting these characters in. And as soon as I heard that Han Solo was Kylo Ren's father, I like, oh shit, Harrison Ford's gonna die, isn't he? I saw it coming, like, from that moment.
It is actually quite obvious.
Yeah, it's like painfully
like,
obvious.
I would say, like, you know, afterwards, it's like, yeah, I probably should have seen that coming. But, you know, like I said, like, to me, my jaw was kind of dropped. I'm like, they fucking did it, yo. Because, I mean...
Well, that's because you're forgetting. You're kind of an idiot.
You know what? Fuck you.
And you're the fool that didn't see it coming, so, take that away.
But, like I said, like, you know, I mean, let's compare, like, kind of notes over here. You know, Obi-Wan Kenobi to, like, Han Solo. I mean, which one is more of, like, the... I don't know how to best say, like, either define it or, like, not really better character, but, like, one you think more, like, which one you think, like, okay, they're not really going to kill this character off, let's say.
You know
Han Solo was the Obi-Wan Kenobi character in The Force Awakens. It was obvious they were going to kill him off.
Yeah. It really was. Once you realize...
The movie was a rehash of A New Hope. Yeah, they were going to kill him off.
And he really does come on the whole time. Like, he is the Obi-Wan character. He doesn't use the Force, but he's the beacon of enlightenment, takes them on the journey, teaches them, shows them the new way for them to live, blah, 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 blah. And it's a given.
Mm-hmm. And I would say at the same time, though, like, you know, Harrison Ford, he's more of the bigger bill compared to everybody else. You know, I mean, not to speak kind of bad to, like, or ill to either or to Carrie Fisher or Mark Hamill, but, like, you know, Harrison Ford, he's been acting a lot and been, like, in a lot of great films. So, like, again, that I guess that's more, like, again, naive to say of the fact, like, they're not gonna kill, you know, Harrison Ford, you know, his character off. They're not gonna do that. I mean, shit, like, you know, he almost died in a, well, not really almost, but, like, he plane crash. He got shit knocked on top of him during the movie.
So what? What does that have to do with Star Wars? Nothing.
Yeah, like, he survived, and I'm gonna quote the EU. He survived a lot worse than that in the EU.
Yeah.
But, like, they threw that all out. Just, they brought Chewie back, and they killed Han Solo.
Well, in the EU, Chewie dies before Han Solo.
A long time.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, again, like I said, I was the fool in this particular part. I will admit to that, because, yeah.
You just didn't want to admit the obvious.
Yeah.
You kind of wanted to go, ha! I told you he didn't die if he didn't die, but everyone else, but he died, so everyone else to you is like, we told you so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really just... And you see it coming, too, so blatantly. Like, it's trying to hide it. Like, oh, Father, I need your help. I'm so conflicted. Subtext, subtext, subtext. Why is he surprised he's dying? Would you help me? He's about to stab you, motherfucker.
See, now I'm thinking of the Star Trek Critic little review. It's like you point all these little things out. It's like, I like how, like, Brad Jones go, like, do y'all feel like, you know...
Subtlety.
Do
if the kids don't get it the first time around, they'll figure it out when they're in their 20s, just like we did.
Mm-hmm.
And then they'll be like, oh my God, it still has something to give us. But, nope. Gotta dumb it down so everyone but the most retarded idiot can pick up on it.
Fuck you. I know who you're looking at, Kyle Ren. I know who you're looking at.
Hey, shut your fucking mouth before I'll beat your ass.
Just like you did with the computer. Twice. No, Stormtrooper just look at you like, nah, we ain't going there. Fuck this.
Anyway.
So what else we have to say about the movie?
How about from the perspective of EU fans?
I think that's been well covered.
Well,
Okay.
Yeah, it's like that's pretty much our consensus. Like, there are some good things about it, but overall, like, you're gonna lose a lot. Like, this could have been so much more. Like, we could have gotten down with this if it weren't for a lot of safe and generally poor choices in the construction of this film. Like, because the originals weren't perfect.
No, of course not. No, they had their issues.
Huge
as well.
elements of the EU aren't perfect and are gruesomely flawed. But we
like
can
Talking Mountain on Endor. The fact that they had to explain R5D4 why his motivator fried. That was pointless.
There are 1,000 things in the EU that are wrong, but you know what? We could have forgiven a lot, and we were prepared to forgive a lot with this film once we saw some of what they were bringing to the table.
Mm-hmm.
If they had just a little bit more, you know, more creativity, more charisma with it.
An actual unique story.
When it comes down to this film, I think the biggest problems are its shortcomings, where it could have been so much more. So much of it was done right, but it's just all these amateur shortcuts that really put it somewhere it shouldn't be.
I don't think there was much done right about the film, to be honest with you. I think they did a lot more wrong than right.
No, but it seems like a lot of the hardest stuff to do they got right, but the simple stuff...
Are you talking about the special effects?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tone. I like the tone, too.
The special effects were something that they did right. For the most part.
And it did feel like a Star Wars film the whole way through, too.
With the special effects, yeah.
With this... Not completely negating the special effects. The atmosphere. I enjoyed the music.
The music was good. But even with the prequels, the music was good.
Oh, yeah. No. That's to be expected, but...
Yeah.
All these elements that are so difficult to master, and they get them pretty good, but just the simple stuff that you can find passable in so many other films, they just came up short on.
Yep.
Okay. Now, Mike. Okay, this is the part I was going to say to you guys right now. Let Mike speak all his words. Do not interrupt Mike. For whatever he has to say, just let him speak out. And remember, it's his opinion.
Okay, Star Wars. What do I... Now, the thing is, when you're talking about the design of a film, I respect Star Wars in that they designed the film the way they could to get the trust of the fans. In that they were taking over a new property, people weren't sure about what was going to happen, and so they designed a film that was reminiscent of the older film to get people's trust in. And as such, they built up a setup for the expanded universe that they're going to create, the new Star Wars. So I like the design of the film. I really do. Like I said, the things are in there. Like Carrie Fisher, she's in there to be Carrie Fisher. Not because she's really that great at being Princess Leia. Just that she was in the original film. Maybe she can't act. Maybe she does. Whatever she does. But the thing is, they put her in there for the nostalgia of it. And, like, they're going to create their own extended universe. I understand why they got rid of the EU to build their new properties. But, yeah, like, judging it by what it could be is kind of, to me, a little bit ignoring the film for what it is. What it is a designed element part of a 3-part thing. It was supposed to be 3 movies, and I think they executed it very well. And yeah, that's just my opinion. I like the movie. I think they did what they were supposed to do, and it could have been better with an introduction of new material, but that's George Lucas going out there and doing his own thing kind of area, and I think they need to build the trust for the fans first.
That's all, Mike?
Yeah, that's it. That's all I had to say.
Okay, how did you feel about Kylo Ren?
Kylo Ren's dumb, but I don't know Kylo Ren's backstory yet. So his story arc, I got to see what they do with it, because he might be a really interesting character.
Okay, how about Finn?
Finn, like I said, I want Finn to come back as a robot and to be impressive.
I want that too.
Okay, and
Like that would be like kill C-3PO and use parts of him to rebuild Finn. I'm up for that. Anyone else?
I'm okay because 3PO is a good character. Yes, he is. He's a classic.
Classic, not necessarily.
He's been in all the films so
I've been
far.
a pain in my ass since I was a child.
He's a comic relief character. He's kind of like the whole
And I'll take Jar Jar Binks over him any day.
on the subject of Jar Jar Binks. He might have been a terrible character, but when it came to film technology, he was a success. He led to the creation of a lot of fleshed out CGI and new techniques with film and even the gaming industry. That was primarily all Jar Jar Binks' purpose was essentially a tech demo of trying out some new technology that ended up being revolutionary.
Hey, that's what George Lucas was always good for.
Not just with the original trilogy, but also with as much as people knock the prequels, they also had to create a lot of new technologies when it came to special effects and filming for the desired effects that they wanted into the film. That's something that all of Star Wars has accomplished, except the new one.
Which, I think we're getting to a point of Robot Finn.
Robot Finn!
Okay. But other than that, Mike, besides Robot Finn, which you don't want to be parts of CP3.
Look,
So-
C-3PO is old technology. I don't want old technology on a new guy. I want new technology. I want cool stuff. I want, like, double arms that Grievous had.
That's not going to happen.
I know, but I want something cool like that.
Okay, how do you feel about Rey?
I don't care.
I want a porker.
So yes, overall, like you felt like at best you felt like okay with the movie, Mike.
I mean, I'm okay. I think it's part of a 3-part thing. Like, it's chapter 1. Like, being hard on it is kind of like, okay, I'm being hard on chapter 1 of a book. I haven't read the entire thing. I don't know.
No, it's not chapter 1. It's chapter 7.
Guys.
See?
Whoa,
guys,
the guy that
Universe shit.
No, it's not.
Guys, wait,
no,
wait.
it's not the extended universe
Guys.
thing. It's the Star Wars films. That's not extended universe. We had episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. This one is episode 7.
This one's Disney's first episode.
Even so, it's episode 7.
he's talking about it as a new trilogy.
Well, it is a new trilogy, yes,
So,
but it's
like,
still chapter 7.
Yeah, it's still their thing, though. I think that's what he's getting at. But no, I'm gonna call bullshit on that because you're the motherfucker that threw out Daredevil after 14 minutes at
It
the
was
most.
5. It was 5.
It was
I saw 7 minutes of it because you wanted me to watch it for 7 more minutes. Fuck that. Fuck Daredevil.
Which should be
Yeah.
fair. To be fair on Mike, and we kind of talked about this, and we're like, okay, I have my more understanding. he's not really a big film of live action like comic book hero stuff. He's more live action, more the fan of like cartoon, like or at least animation.
I know.
Yeah.
He likes his cartoons.
They're good cartoons.
I'm just saying, like.
No,
This
Tale
month-
of Daredevil.
I have seen you throw stuff out after, like.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it was designed crappily, and I have no part to be of it.
So. No, like.
I didn't like the live action Daredevil either.
No, not the movie, the series.
There was a series?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Netflix.
You just don't even watch our show, do you?
I'll admit, no.
Anyway.
But yeah, anything else, Mike?
No, that's it. Don't judge it by chapter 1, and yeah.
As I said, it's chapter 7.
To you it is.
No, it is chapter 7. It even says so in the film.
God.
To you.
No, it actually says so.
Guys,
It says
It's part of
Star
a
Wars.
three-part trilogy.
Episode 7, The Force Awakens.
Okay.
Alex.
Mm.
He's saying it not as a. It's as part as the trilogy.
Yeah, it's a new trilogy. I
Yeah,
get
it's
that.
part of a new story concept and storyline that will be, while still part of the same universe, still separate and unique to itself.
Okay.
In much the way that there's some serious distance, while still connected, between the prequels and the originals.
Well, yeah, there was a huge major time skip between episode 3 and episode 4. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, on top of that, they sort of followed two different characters' story arcs, in a sense.
Not necessarily.
No,
'Cause
I'm
you
just saying, like, the first one's mostly about, or the originals are about Han, Leia, and Luke, whereas you have the first one, or the prequels, are about Anakin's Obi-Wan, arguably Darth Sidious, and even Padme to some extent.
Yeah, but of the 6 movies, which character was the most consistent character in all of them?
R2-D2.
Actually, I was. That might be true, but the movie's not about him. The movies weren't exactly about him. He's just a character. I would say the most consistent character in all the films was Anakin Skywalker / Darth Vader. He's in all 6 films. Basically, the story arc of the films is essentially the life of Darth Vader.
In a sense, so is Obi-Wan if you count the ghosts.
He's already dead, so no, the ghost doesn't count. And that's the thing about the original all 6 films.
Mm-hmm.
Is that it was the life of Darth Vader, essentially.
That's true. Life and times of Darth Vader. But that goes to further punctuate that this is going to be something else. This is the continuation of his legacy. For better or worse.
Yeah, but from when I saw the direction that they went in, so far, I'd have to say that it was unnecessary. They went in an unnecessary direction.
That's true, but you know what? That's what beer's for.
Mm-hmm. And it's to the point that I'm not interested at all in seeing episode 8 or 9.
Okay, Christian?
Yay. Okay. In some ways, and I'm gonna say right now, even though Mike has speak very little, even though I kind of get his kind of reason why he's speaking little, I would say I'm on both ends. On one hand with Mike, and to a certain extent, I think Mike does kind of have a right what he kind of says about like, well, we're in a sense of this is probably the kind of platform. This is kind of their reboot-esque, but not really. I mean, it's reboot Yeah, let's go with reboot-esque.
Yeah, it's not a reboot of the series, sorry to say.
Well, no, see, when you think... When I'm going by, rebooting, it doesn't necessarily have to mean, like, something with J.J. Abrams' Star Trek, kind of ironic, that, you're rebooting not just, just a franchise, but just entire series in general. A reboot can just basically what it meant. It just, it still could be a continuation, but at the same time that you're just, restarting,
Reintroducing.
Yeah, reintroducing, of a franchise. You have your Mad Max Fury Road, where, some are, maybe arguing like, oh, this is like a continuation, or may be somewhere between like, the Road Warrior or Thunderdome. That's basically what like, what can kind of mean. And that kind of sense to it.
Yeah, but in the sense of what a reboot is, it means that what was previously before is essentially it's non-canon to to whatever is the reboot. This really is just an extension. Not necessarily a reboot. It's a rehash.
It's kind of like putting a strap-on a dude. And then tucking the real dick away.
Well, to kind of get back how I was saying. God damn it.
He can't get that out of his mind now.
Damn it, I was going somewhere with it.
Now I can think about it as a dildo.
Fucking heck, I was going somewhere, then you had... Okay. Fuck! You had to say something, you asshole! Okay. But yeah, well, I was going with Mike, like, and in some ways I do agree upon, because, there's something kind of say, or like, but at the same time, I go kind of back with you guys, too, where, like, when I came to this, to Star Wars, this particular Star Wars movie, all I just wanted was a good Star Wars movie. Sure, I get, more of a rehash of A New Hope than something kind of more original, per se. But at the same time, I still enjoy it. Like, I still, even still right now, I won't go far to say, like, at the moment, like, okay, because I haven't seen, like, enough films, I can only put it, like, around my top 10, but only because I've not seen that much, but that could change over time, where, like, okay, maybe go around the top 20, or might even go around, like, let's say, top 30 of my favorite films of this year. Let's go with that. But still, I still think this was a still really, really good Star Wars movie. And yeah, do I want something original? Yeah. Like, but I was, I didn't came to or at least felt some kind of lie going, like, all you just got was just completely, like, very vague thing from J.J. Abrams, which, well, he always does that. He always let me so vague that, like, I don't know what's going on anymore. But to kind of go back with Mike, and now what I see with Mike's point is, like, you know what? Yeah, he is sort of right in the fact that, like, and this is to kind of everybody else is there, and this is what I think. To everyone who, love the EU, who's seen all the great things, and of course some bad things too with the EU, the original EU, they see all these kind of stories that were like, you can take it to this or that, or even over here. But, to people who, who never been, really into the EU, only watch the 6 Star Wars movie. And, well, they had only the 3, and you can say, at best, 2 were great. 1, people are more kind of mixed with. And then you had the prequels. And they're all bad, the prequels. Even, like, even to Revenge of the Sith. You could say, at best, Revenge of the Sith is so close, but it's just not cutting it. And this is what Disney knows, like, where it's self-aware, like, well, we can't, we gotta bring everybody back into this. And yes, is, rehashing A New Hope is a safe thing. Yes, it is, but it is more of a platform where, like, where to kind of do new stuff. But at the same time, though, it's like, like, okay, hopefully this won't retrend because, Disney kind of done a lot with the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe stuff where they were even seeing some there. I'm like, don't fuck it up. Like, the prime example for me is like something with Captain America Civil War where, like, to see more like an action film, I don't know how I'm going to feel about this, but they have that same tone that I really wanted from the original comic, which was this espionage, political tone.
Okay.
All right.
But that was like...
Round it up. I'm tired.
Motherfucker, let me say something.
I'll let you say
You're
something.
rambling on and
Yeah,
on
you've been
and on
rambling for
and
a
on.
while.
Okay,
and on.
guys. I'm trying to finish it. I'm just bringing that to an example. That's the point I'm trying to make with all this. And yes, I know I kind of rambling on for God knows how long. The point I'm trying to make with all that is this. Is that I have at least a complete faith with Disney that, like, okay, I see you guys weekend done, and yet you went to the safe route, and okay, maybe I want something, again, original and kind of newish, but hey, you know what, you went to this, I'm completely fine with that. Just for now on, just give me something more new. But at the same time, though, if it not becomes something new and just more just rehash of Empire and Return of the Jedi, it's like, okay, then you're not really giving me something new. And I get what these two are kind of saying, like, you kind of broken the trust of the people with the EU of the fact like you kind of rehashing something. But again, that could be more of a plan with Disney. So either way, hey, it can go one or the other. Although with the next film, you'd be just Rogue One. And then after that would be episode... Then after that, Han Solo's solo film. Then episode 9 or Boba Fett movie. Who knows?
Okay. You said that The Force Awakens was good. What was good about it? What do you feel was good about it?
Well, I feel, besides all the special effects, and also pretty much the story, which, like I said, is, rehash. I do feel like I do really enjoy the characters for the most part. I really like Finn. And, it was pretty comical, which, I thought was pretty funny. all characters and new characters, and there's something kind of here and there where, like, I guess it's more like kind of stuff where I listen to kind of podcasts. Where, like, okay, you know what? It made me kind of look into something kind of newish, and I put more kind of thought into that. Whenever the next time I see it again.
Okay. Well, it's because special effects doesn't exactly make a movie. Look at the prequels. They went special effects overboard.
Too much special effects.
Too much, and not enough focus on the story.
Mm-hmm.
And sure, I do agree that The Force Awakens had its funny moments, but the comedy doesn't necessarily make a good movie unless it's a comedy movie, and it's not supposed, and it's not. What drives a story, a movie or something or a game, is essentially the story, and of course, the characters. Is the plot good? Are the characters?
So basically, that's our roundup here. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to comment, hit like, share us, anything like.
Subscribe.
Please subscribe to our channel.
Subscribe for the love of God. Subscribe.
So till next time, saludos.
May the
Sayonara.
Force be with you always.